We spent 9 days exploring Fiji, staying at different resorts, exploring amazing beaches, visiting local gems, and venturing off the beaten path. We flew into Nadi and rented a car for the first part of our trip. Our first destination was the Coral Coast on the south side of Vitu Levu. After driving for about 1.5 hours, we arrived at our first hotel, the Ramada Seafront Coral Coast. This resort was the most budget-friendly accommodation of our trip, but it was great. There was a restaurant and bar on site, the room was clean, and there was even a pool. The hotel was right along the coast and there was a beach, but it wasn't the best, so we spent most of our time driving along the coast and exploring. This area is much less developed than the other more popular areas of Fiji, and you can find many secluded beaches, which is great if you're trying to travel Fiji on a budget. We ate at some inexpensive roadside restaurants over the next few days and lounged on the beach as we got over our jet lag. Our favorite restaurant was called Crab Shack Fiji on a street called Sunset Strip. It was this little cart on the beach with some of the best food of the trip. The sunsets there were incredible, and we saw thousands of bats flying along the coast as the sun went down. We also visited the abandoned Coral Levu Hotel, which was one of the first major hotels in this part of the island. However, a large hurricane damaged the property in the 1980s and it never reopened. Before checking into our next hotel, we booked a one-day boat tour to the Mamanukas. This was the #1 rated tour in all of Fiji, and it was probably our favorite day of the trip. We met at Port Denarau in the morning and boarded a boat run by Cruising Fiji. Our first stop was the Mana Sandbar, where they filmed a few scenes from the TV show Survivor. We were allowed to snorkel and swim here, and the water was incredibly clear. This spot was just amazing, and it looked like it belonged on a postcard. The next stop was Manu Island for more swimming and jumping off the boat before we headed to Monoriki Island, most famous for being the filming location for the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks.
Wilson!
They served us lunch here, and we spent some time exploring the island before heading back to port. Our next hotel was the Intercontinental Fiji Golf Resort and Spa. This resort is located on Nadadola Beach, which is said to be the most beautiful beach on the main island of Vitu Levu. We had plans to explore this area more, but this resort was so nice that we stayed on the property for the entire 4 days that we were there. The pools were really nice, there were tons of great photo opportunities, and the food was really good too. In general, this resort is a bit more on the expensive side, but we saved IHG points and were able to cover most of our stay. Kelly was able to get a really unique spa experience complete with a milk and honey bath and hot-cold treatment. We aren't golfers, but there is a golf course here if you're interested, plus tons of other daily activities and things to do. After the Intercontinental, we returned our car and headed back to Port Denarau to take a boat to another island in the Mamanukas. After about an hour and a half, we made our way to the Sheraton Tokariki Island Resort. We spent a lot of time chilling out here, relaxing by the pool and on the beach. They have a lot of activities here as well, but we were feeling pretty tired from our trip and just wanted a few chill days. If you want to see more details from our trip, be sure to check out our full Fiji playlist where we dive deeper into each of the places mentioned in this video. And we'll even give you some tips so you can make the most out of your Fiji vacation. Thanks for watching and happy travels.